Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another experiment in Schedule 1. My name is Savin, founder, president, and CEO of the Syndicate. During our last experiment, we found out that Airpots can be counterproductive. If you assign more than 6 Airpots to a single botanist, they cannot keep up with the extra watering, and you will actually produce less buds with a 7-pot or 8-pot setup than you will with a 6-pot setup. So today, we are going to see if the same holds true for the moisture preserving pots. We're going to repeat our experiment from last time, only this time we're going to be using the moisture preserving pots instead of the air pots. Let's head down to the factory floor and I will show you what we're working with. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the setup is exactly the same as last time. The only difference, we are using moisture preserving pots instead of air pots. Right here we have our 5-pot setup. We've got our 6-pot setup, our 7-pot setup, and our 8-pot setup. Outside, we've got our 4 botanists and our 4 handlers. They're going to be doing the exact same job they did last time. We've got our supply racks with our extra supplies, and the handlers are going to be moving the buds accordingly down the line. At the end of the night, I'm going to gather all the buds, and I'm going to be bricking them up and storing them in the safe. So we have the 5-pot setup, 6-pot setup, 7-pot setup here, and 8-pot setup right here. We're going to let this experiment run for 3 days, and we're going to see which setup will actually produce the most buds in a 3-day period. So, everything's set up. Let's go motivate our troops, let them know what their task is this time around, and we will get this thing started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another experiment. You're going to be doing the exact same thing as last time, only this time, I've got a different pot that you all are going to be using, all right? So as normal, I want you all to work your butts off all day long. We've got a great 21 hours of work ahead of you. So go ahead, work as hard as you can. I want to see which of you can produce the most buds in a 3-day span. So let's get our 3 hours of sleep and let's get to it.
Tomorrow.
And it is morning time. The botanists are getting right to work. We're going to let them do their thing, and we'll check in at the end of the day and see how much they have produced after day 1. We have reached the end of day 1. I'm going to go ahead and hop down, get everything consolidated, and we will take a look at the results for day 1.
A few moments later.
And everything has been consolidated, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at our results from day 1. Starting off with our 5-pot setup, we have a total of 8 bricks and 16 loose. That is a total of 176 buds. Next up, let's take a look at our 6-pot setup. 6-pot setup has produced 10 bricks and 12 loose. That is a total of 212 buds. And now the 7-pot setup has produced 10 bricks and 12 loose. Once again, a total of 212 buds. And our 8-pot setup, that has produced 11 bricks and 4 loose buds for a grand total of 224 buds. Very nice. So those are the results after day 1. Let's go ahead and motivate the troops, get them ready for day 2. Ladies and gentlemen, great work. 1 day down, 2 to go. We're going to get up bright and early 7 a.m. and get this going again. So get your 3 hours of sleep. I don't want to see any slacking tomorrow. Make sure and work as hard as you can. You too, Walter. But for tonight, get some sleep. We will see you guys for day 2 in the morning.
Day 2.
It is the morning of day 2. The botanists have gotten back to work. We will let them do their thing today, and we will see what the results are at the end of the day. And we have reached the end of day 2. I'm going to hop down, get all the buds consolidated, and we will take a look at the results at the end of day 2.
A few minutes later.
Everything has been consolidated, so let's take a look at our day 2 results. Starting with the 5-pot setup, we have 20 bricks and 8 loose. That gives us a 2-day total of 408 buds. Next up, we've got our 6-pot setup, which has produced 26 bricks and 4 loose. That gives us a total of 524 buds. Next up, we have our 7-pot setup, which has produced 25 bricks and 16 loose for a grand total of 516 buds. And now our 8-pot setup, which has produced 26 bricks with 16 loose for a grand total of 536 buds. Day 2 is in the books. Let's go motivate the troops, give them an update, and we will head to bed and get started for day 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, great work again today. We've got one more day to go here, so I want you guys to work as hard as you can. Let's finish this experiment off strong. There we go. Excellent. Great work. Let's hit the hay in the morning. Day 3.
Day 3.
It is the morning of day 3. We are almost at the finish line. The botanists are back up doing their thing. We will check in on them at the end of the day and get our final results.
1 eternity later.
And we have done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've reached the end of day 3. I'm going to hop down, consolidate all the buds, and we will take a look at our final results for this experiment. All of the buds have been consolidated, so let's take a look at the results. Starting off with our 5-pot setup, which has produced 33 bricks for a grand total of 660 buds. Next up, we have our 6-pot setup, which has produced 42 bricks and 8 loose, giving us a total of 848 buds. Moving on to our 7-pot setup, which has produced 40 bricks or a total of 800 buds. And now for the 8-pot setup, which has produced 43 bricks and 12 loose buds. That gives us a total of 872 buds. Yet another experiment in the books, ladies and gentlemen, and this one yielded some very interesting results. If you remember from last time, our 6 Airpot setup was able to produce 880 buds. That is more than any of these setups here. So it does look like the 6 Airpot setup would be the best setup if you are only looking to produce buds. You're not worried about using any additives or worried about adding in some drying racks or stuff like that. Just straight buds. Your best bet looks like it is the 6 Airpot setup with the full spectrum light per botanist. But what if you do want to use additives? Or what if you are worried about quality and you want to throw in some drying racks to increase your quality a little bit? Which grow pot setup would be the best in that scenario? Well, join me next time, ladies and gentlemen, as we run yet another experiment to find out exactly that. We're going to be experimenting with additives and drying racks to see which is our overall best bet. I'm going to leave you with yet another core motto here at the Syndicate. Be enthusiastic and thankful. BEAT. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, job well done. This experiment went off flawlessly, without a hitch. You all did such an excellent job. I am so thankful for each and every one of you. Walter, thank you so much. Jason, thank you. Oh, Sharon, you did such a great job. Thank you. And Jacob, oh, great job, Jacob. Awesome. Jesse, thank you so much, Jesse. Oh, who do we got here? Anthony, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for all your hard work. Anthony number 2, great job. Great job over the last 3 days. And Margaret, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But for now, this is Savin saying thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and keep on grinding.